on this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast.
It's okay. Vampires are sexy regardless.
They shouldn't be, though.
Why?
They're cold.
And?
They eat you in a way that's not sexy.
We clearly have different kinks.
After doing some digging into the Powderkeg Punks.
When we last left you guys, you had been doing some downright investigating.
Downright investigating.
Some sleuthing.
Yeah.
You had found some clues, really, about who hired the Powder Kink. The Powder Kink
The Powder Kink brats.
The Powder Kink brats. You're trying to figure out why and who sent them. Like, who sent them and why.
Micah's Angels are left with 2 leads to pursue. A dance hall called the Hotfooted Hippodrome.
This move is called devising the stratagem.
This is what I call busting it down. And he falls on his face.
Oh.
Ow.
And a mysterious warehouse called the Widget Works.
You go to the Widget Works, and it's in a rougher part of the Ferris Quarter. There looks like there's an entrance. Doors closed.
Oh, we could fix that.
It's time to pursue a lead.
He takes a long drag from his cigarette and just finger guns at you and says, "Live fast, die fast."
Yeah, that's right. Give us beer, cigarettes, and steak stat.
Now.
So I feel the need to explain something that happened, specifically for Jacob. On
Jacob is salty.
on our YouTube channel's comments,
See what you people think of me.
Bridgie P pointed out something that
Bridgie.
may or may not be true.
He.
Don't insult one of our biggest fans.
They shouldn't insult me.
But there is no actual contention here, but we have been absolutely ribbing Jacob for the fact that, you know,
You did it specifically for Jacob.
All right, so let me just say, Bridgie P, on the episode where you guys defeated Dewey Daystar, episode, I believe that is 18, season 3, episode 18,
Sounds close
said, I
enough.
really like that you had to spell out that loving meant loveless and that you, parentheses, probably in parentheses, did it specifically for Jacob. And I commented back, you know you're right.
I very well knew love you was
My
for
husband
lovers.
has been salty about this ever since that comment came out.
I posted that comment like I often do to our Third Gallon like internal Discord. And I think within a few minutes, let's see here.
Oh,
Yeah, within 1 minute, Jacob typed back in all caps, "Because me?"
let's look at the let's look at the log. The screenshot of Bridgie P saying that was posted, and then excuse me. I write back, with the laughing face. Jacob says Bridgie P, and then we get into it. The B in Bridgie stands for betrayal.
betrayal.
Jacob
Then a
says,
gif.
"You've hurt me. I am wounded."
Jacob said, "I'm wounded." And what's great about this whole thing is like, obviously we're blowing it out of proportion because it's funny.
Yes.
But I went to the state fair with Jacob later that day, like the same day.
We had a fun time.
And I was in the car. I was like, "Hey, what'd you think about that episode?" He's like, "I feel so insulted. My intelligence has been insulted today."
I betrayed
On
one
the
of my
internet.
closest allies that I've never met, know
God
nothing
damn
about.
it, audience blob.
Audience blob. One of them has hurt me.
Bridgie P is in there.
I don't know if I can
In
do
the audience blob.
George may be the enemy of the show. Bridge is the enemy of me.
New
Even I had to join in the conversation.
I had to stop this. I'm actually getting tears in my eyes.
Oh my God, what?
It's hilarious.
It didn't help that your intelligence was also insulted 2 other times that day.
That was
I forget what it was, but
I also cannot remember, but it was a rough day to be me.
every day you wake up and you're you.
You got that right.
But Bridgie P actually on the previous episode before his infamous betrayal left a fun question for us, talking very specifically about the nature of the brewery, which I know we're out of now, but coming off the edits of those, we were in the brewery for a hot minute.
Good couple episodes.
They shoved a whole
It was
dungeon.
a pain show.
They shoved a whole dungeon in there. And he said, the fight for 1 minute, heal for 1 to 2 hours seems a bit bonkers. Only takes one random encounter or reinforcement for the party to be up shit creek. How does this system deal with putting time pressure on dungeons and adventuring days if it expects the party to be at full HP for every combat? But it means taking hours of resting in dangerous places. That's a really good question because we're really just starting to get into that part of the system now at 3rd level, especially. I'll just go ahead and jump in and say that I feel like the system kind of expects that you can take some feats, abilities to make healing a little bit easier. Or at least if your party's big enough, there's options for you to make it not take an hour, but more on the order of like 10 minutes. That, and at the same time, I mean, even stuff like 5e, when you take a short rest, that still takes an hour. And like you can do spells and other things. You're expending resources. So it still takes time. Yes, 2 hours is a lot. But I don't know.
I think what it is if you look at your typical adventuring party, your typical adventurer, you don't really have a time crunch most of the time. So you can take that time to heal and be safe. And I think it's on the DM that if you plan on doing an adventure where there is a time crunch, you have to adjust your encounters for that. Maybe not make them as difficult. We've had it particularly rough because, to be perfectly honest, we're not an optimized party.
Not really.
Our frontline fighter is a rogue. And while the rogue can deal a ton of damage, it's squishier than like a
I can't
fighter.
take a lot of damage.
Right.
Chester is not built for damage in the slightest. He is a skill monkey that if I get lucky with some rolls, I can do some decent damage. But he's not built for damage.
Right.
I'm also not the most streamlined healer.
I think that's part of the archetype doesn't really help there.
Yeah.
You'd have a bit more spells, but we're also level between 1 to 3 this adventure so far, and spellcasters at that level for other games. I know in this one you've got your focus spells which help negate this, but you know there's not as many spells to use. So I think it's a unique combination of we're not the most balanced party, and we know that. And
We're also missing a person.
we're missing a 4th person, which could be very useful.
Hey, Bridgie P.
And like a majority, I think every fight we fought inside the brewery was over our level.
Yeah.
Because the adventure wanted us to level up quickly. And the best way to do that is to throw a bunch of things that are stronger than you at you.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing is we haven't experienced this yet, but the reading I've done from people who've played this game a lot more than me is that it can be a little bit of a, maybe not a meat grinder, but it can be a lot more tense at lower levels versus the mid-level and upper levels in terms of almost dying a lot. And so I think part of that also means you have to make sure you're at full hit points, and doing that it doesn't expend limited resources necessarily, but it expends a lot of time. And I'm wondering, as more feats come online for only, like you're with level 3, only taking 10 minutes versus a whole hour for treat wounds.
That's going to be a real big help right there.
That's going to be a big help. The better your healing ability, the more treat wounds you can do, or healing you can do from treat wounds. And then if the fights are also not quite as hard as the game goes further on, then it won't need as much healing. Like, I think it's going to come together. I just think, part of it is just the way the beginning of the system works. The other part of it is, like you said, our party is only 3 people, and not particularly optimized to live.
I mean, you can optimize a 3-person party, and we clearly haven't. We play what we find fun with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you all do good about trying to cover the bases within what you want to play, for sure.
Yeah.
Because we've played a lot together.
I just couldn't bear being an outlaw and not trying out Pathfinder 2e Rogue.
Yeah. And I mean, I think you've all covered the bases pretty well, but there's only so much you can do to kind of fit the vibe of the adventure path and also cover your mechanical bases. And I think we erred more on the side of fitting the vibe of the adventure path. And I think that's fine. So, yeah, good discussion. The great betrayer, Bridgie P.
The great betrayer.
Thanks,
The
Bridgie
great
P.
betrayer.
Sure
If you
appreciate it.
comment on our YouTube again without changing your username,
And, maybe work on your attitude some, but that's just...
We love you, Bridgie P.
We love you, Bridgie P.
We had such a great giggle out of you insulting Jacob's intelligence.
It was great. Even I had to join the conversation, and I'm not always on the Discord.
It was a fun one.
Bridgie P brings the burn.
It was very fun. That happened in the middle of October. We went the majority of October without being able to record. So we've been looking forward to having this roasting session.
I would like to say, though, now that the first shot has been fired, expect a volley.
Oh, no.
We will fire back.
Well, you want to fight?
That's a lot of tough talk for a man without a without a podcast, Bridgie P.
Oh, my. Oh no. Uh-oh.
That's a lot of talk for centuries before the Star Stone was raised. The Wizard Kings next and get
Bridgie P.
warred with one another, scarring the land between them into a devastated, unstable magic comment section. From the glowing ashes of the Mana Wastes arose Alkenstar, the city of smog, a metropolis of airships, skyscrapers, factories, and clockwork wonders.
And Salty Jacobs.
To the world, Alkenstar is the pinnacle of innovation and determination in the face of insurmountable odds. On its streets, life in Alkenstar is a non-stop race to stay ahead of the competition. And it is here that a desperate group, hungry for revenge, living on the edge of the law, hunts for the ones who cast them out. They are the Outlaws of Alkenstar.
Boy, it's good to be back.
Bridgie's Angels.
I've missed playing.
Bridgie's Angels. Oh,
No. Oh no, Micah.
it's okay.
He's been replaced.
Friendship with Micah ended.
Oh boy. Well, when we last left you guys, you had been doing some downright investigating.
Downright investigating.
Some sleuthing.
Yeah.
You had found some clues, really, about who hired the Powder Kink brats.
The Powder Kink brats.
The Powder Kink brats. I cannot say their name right anymore.
Powderkeg Punks.
Powderkeg Punks.
No one can say it.
Powderkeg Punks.
The PKP.
But you were trying to figure out why and who sent them, like who sent them and why. You found some clues after defeating a bunch of them. Coming out the brewery, they led you to this alchemy shop that Chester was familiar with. There you found out kind of how they knew about where Gattlebee was. And then you also followed a clue to a place called the Longhorn Lounge, real swanky place to go bet on horse racing.
It was bull riding.
Oh, bullfighting, sorry. But it was a real fancy bull riding establishment. You bought some fancy outfits and charmed, lied, and otherwise snuck your way into the place. And there you were able to find out a few things. You realized that the Powderkeg Punks had been there. I think the leader had been there from so far as you can tell, and met with someone.
Yes, we found out that they had met with somebody. Rambunctiousness happened, and they were kicked out.
That's right.
With a clockwork monkey goblin.
That's right. And we also found out their name.
Yeah, you were able to compare some names at the alchemy shop.
And they shouted a whole lot about something called a Widget Works.
Right. And the name you found was Shoma Lyserius. You don't know anything about this.
You can't be Lyserius.
You don't know anything about this name, but you do know that this is the second time you've seen them in proximity with the Powderkeg Punks in your investigation. So it has piqued your curiosity.
I want to know. Can you show me?
Can you?
Jesus. But you also...
People like me.
Don't come for us, Disney.
I want to know.
You also know that the Powderkeg Punks, I got it right, that they operate a kind of rambunctious dance hall called the Hotfoot Hippodrome.
What's a hippodrome?
Yeah, what? I think I looked that up last time.
You did look it up last time. And you also know that whenever the leader was kicked out of the Longhorn Lodge, like you said, Jacob, he yelled something about a widget works. And that's where we left you guys. You've just had a fantastic night out at the Longhorn Lounge. Mm-hmm. What would you guys like to do?
A hippodrome, ancient Greek stadium designed for horse racing and especially chariot racing.
Ooh. Well, we might have a better chance with that than fucking bull riding.
I imagine that chariot racing would have more acrobatics and dexterity. None of us are strong like bull riders need to be.
None of us are strong like bull riders need to be. However, we could cheat.
That's fair.
That being said...
Do you want to gather information on the Hippodrome?
I would love to.
Yes.
Is that something that only one character can do?
No.
Hold on. Listen, hold on. Before we...
Wow.
Hold on. There was something I intended to look up. This is an exploration downtime activity. Or this is exploration, right?
We're in exploration mode, yeah.
There's something that we may be able to make use of if we're all doing the same thing. So you can follow the expert if we're all doing the same thing. Choose an ally attempting a recurring skill check while exploring, such as climbing, performing a different exploration tactic, anything that involves a skill check. The ally must be at least an expert in that skill and must be willing to provide assistance. While following the expert, you match their tactic or attempt similar skill checks. Thanks to your ally's assistance, you can add your level as a proficiency bonus to the associated skill check, even if you're untrained. Additionally, you gain a circumstance bonus to your skill check based on your ally's proficiency. So basically, if we end up doing the same thing, we can work together and make the check easier for us.
Sweet. I will say currently it's like 11 o'clock-ish, probably when you get back.
Like almost afternoon or
at
night. That's right. Another question. Did we ever find out what the last bell was referenced to? The last bell before something? The last bell before sundown.
Oh yeah, no, we never did find that out.
Because I think that was related to the lounge. Or am I just imagining that because it's been half a month since we played?
That phrase was written on the flyer for the Longhorn Lounge.
Yes.
You're not sure what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
Has the last bell... Oh, this is well past sundown.
This is well past sundown, yeah.
Yeah.
Last bell before sundown. All right. If we're not moving immediately the next day, Chester may come back here the next day, but we'll learn more about that, well, the next day. But when we leave here, it's past Chester's bedtime. It's
night time.
I want to go to my coffin.
He's not the kind of vampire who stay up late.
Is your coffin made of wood or stone?
He doesn't have a coffin. He has a bed. But he does sleep like this.
I love it.
Cross the arms over the chest.
It's unconscious, though. He doesn't go to sleep like that. Just when he
just
falls
wakes
asleep,
up that way every morning.
His arms just kind of crawl up his body slowly. With that little X.
That was an oddly sexual way to say that, but okay.
It's
okay.
What can I say?
Vampires are sexy regardless.
They shouldn't be, though.
Why?
They're cold.
And?
They eat you in a way that's not sexy. They kill you.
We clearly have different kinks.
I'm just saying, if I knew somebody was planning on killing me, I would never attracted to them. I'd be like, I'm going to leave.
Are vampires in the vor?
Well, on that note, we'll see you guys next week.
Oh my god.
Drow just took off their headset.
Well,
It's about to
Nope.
stand up.
I'm noping my way out of here.
I'm going to have some
Nopey nope.
chicken
Sheesh.
soup.
Sheesh.
You make your way back to the Barrel and Bullet Saloon so Chester can go night-night before it gets too late.
Go night-night.
Sweepy.
And you wake up the next day. It is Moon Day.
I do my hair.
Day.
Translates to Monday.
Button up my vest.
Nice.
Straighten it out. Look spiffy.
I should say, I don't know if we want to get into it on the show or not, but we did kind of nebulously hand wave shopping.
We could talk about that real briefly.
We have since taken care of that off air.
Yes.
Does anyone want to talk about some cool stuff they got while they went shopping?
I'm willing to, because I used up all of my money and had to borrow 2 silver pieces from my friends because I was literally 2 silver pieces short. But I got a rune on my rapier, so now it is +1.
A striking rune, believe?
No, I couldn't afford a strike. I mean, striking rune was
We're
too
under
high for
level
us.
for a strike.
What is this one then?
This is just the +1. It turns it into a magic weapon.
Beautiful.
But hey, +1 is helpful with my rolls.
Yeah.
And then Jacob suggested to me, and I was excited about it, there is a bracelet that will allow you to get a +1 bonus to your acrobatics.
Which should help you with your
Which should help me with my
Zippity-zop.
tumble behind. But it also comes with a once a day use that you can bring up your speed to +10 feet.
Ooh.
Which could be really useful at getting out of dodge or trying to get in an attack.
What's this item called?
It is called the Bracelet of... Oh dear.
dashing.
Dashing.
Yeah.
I have a jangly, pretty, shiny bracelet now.
Yeah, I wish there was...
Sounds right up his alley.
In this... I mean, I guess it's a big ask for an adventure path, but in the like guns and gear stuff, there's a lot of items they give. But I wish there was like, at least if nothing else, flavor alternatives for the... Because it's Pathfinder. It's expected to be more traditional fantasy. So, you know, the +1 rune is awesome. And I think you're a little early for it even, but it's awesome that you have it now.
That's like level. It's either 2 or 3, so we're right on.
We're right on
for it.
target.
I'm talking about affording it.
I saved money.
It's only 35 gold.
Really?
Yeah, it's
that was
not that
expensive.
expensive.
Well, I'll take that back. But like, obviously the game is built to expect you to have magic weapons and magic items. But I think it's a little ironic that there's no way to kind of adapt that for this specific setting.
Oh, it is a little bit sad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's understandable because even if this place isn't a super magical place, it's still a magical world.
I mean,
Yeah.
the whole wizard nation of, what is it? Nex is right across the border.
And
Yeah.
Gib.
Gib.
That's the undead. But yeah, you're right. Cool. That's awesome. That
Oh,
bracelet.
it's not like I was quoting the opener or anything, you sour apple.
So yeah, I have 3.
Apples.
I have 3 copper pieces plus I owe you 2 silvers right now, but I got cool items.
That's awesome. Anyone else got something they want to share?
I got formula and bombs.
Bombs?
That's it. A whole bunch of bombs because I can't craft enough to make use of. That is perhaps my biggest gripe of this adventure path so far. Is everything that happens between levels happens all in a single day.
Yeah.
So I can't make use of the fact that I can make 4 to 6 bombs a day. Because if all of my leveling up between levels happens in a single day, it's not enough. I need to rest.
It feels very Reign of Winter in a way.
It does. But that's maybe that won't be how this next chapter is. Yeah, I'm just so far. I'm really hoping I can take advantage of being able to make bombs, not with downtime, but with my special abilities. But just in case, I bolt like 10 or more bombs.
Gotcha.
And bolt upgraded formulas for me to use for the ones I can make every day.
Awesome. Drow, do you have anything cool you got with your cash?
I was not privy that we were doing a shopping thing in between.
I reminded earlier today.
Yeah, and then I also got really sick after peeling a bunch of apples and subsequently eating a bunch of apples.
We did have a lot of apples today.
They were so yummy.
It's fall, y'all.
So TBD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know Alonzo was thinking about getting you a present, basically. Buying you
Yeah.
another wand of healing.
I almost bought you a wand of healing to like etch Alonzo in.
For Alonzo. There's my special stick.
Oh my god. Stop.
All right, well, not spending this time just means you're going to have even more cash for some good loot later on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have followed two leads so far. Like we said, what do you want to do today?
What do we want to do
I know we talked about
today?
gather information a little bit ago.
Yeah, let's spend some. We could say that if we want to make it easier, we could say today's the day we actually bought stuff, and that we can gather information while we're doing that.
Sure.
That way, sound all nice and whatnot.
Sure. Well, who wants to gather information? Gather information, remember, is an exploration mode activity, which is technically what we're in. You canvass local markets, taverns, and gathering places and attempt to learn about a specific individual topic. And basically, I pick a DC.
Is that a charisma roll?
Honestly, this is kind of one of those things where it can be anything. The section for gather information doesn't specify a DC or a thing you roll, unlike first edition Pathfinder. So you basically kind of describe how you want to do gather information and what roll you think goes with that. And if I agree, I'll give you a DC to roll against.
Okay.
It's usually diplomacy.
Yeah,
but what you said is true.
Yes.
All diplomacy if I can.
Okay.
To try and talk to people about the hippodrome, the hopping hippodrome. Boop. Ooh, cracked die between a 1 and a 19.
Oh, that's a big range.
Well, okay. 12. Plus 9.
So 21?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, so I'll recap. I believe you made this before, but with a 21, you would know. I believe this came up in your earlier gather information roll, last episode. You hear someone saying, don't the Powderkeg Punks run the Hotfooted Hippodrome? Isn't that dance place in Smokeside near Hellside? I haven't been there, but I heard the music's good.
Hellside.
A lot of classic goblin tunes, but the brawls break out all the time. Too rough for my tastes. And you know the location of the Hotfoot Hippodrome. That's still on the map for you guys, on the big map of Alkenstar we have.
Big Mac.
A big old map. I'll say though, with doing another gather information here and nailing it, you hear a rumor that someone says, "Oh yeah, I heard the Powderkeg Punks. They used to be all up in the Hotfoot Hippodrome. They still run the place, but I hear they moved their headquarters somewhere new, some sort of tinkering workshop or whatnot."
A widget work.
The widget works.
Man, that sounds right. I don't know where that is.
So basically, the Powderkeg Punks still run the Hippodrome, but their headquarters
They're not
is
hanging
somewhere
out
else.
there as much anymore. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Can more of us look for information?
Sure.
I was going to ask if I could use Alkenstar lore to look
Now,
for that.
Would you want to do gather information, or would you want to do just recall knowledge on widget works or something?
I'll use Alkenstar lore to recall info.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that for me.
That's a natty 9, so I got a 14.
I'll give you something. I won't call it a failure. You've heard that there exists a place somewhere near Ironside Quarter, but not in it, called the Widget Works. You know it to be an abandoned workshop, but that's all you know.
Okay.
You don't know where it is, though.
So I know there's an abandoned workshop there. Just
Yeah.
not where.
Chester would also like to try a gather information,
Okay.
but he specifically wants to find out about the members of the Powderkeg Punks so he can try to plan for violence beforehand.
Would this be pursuing a lead?
He has already pursued a lead on them, which I believe actually gives me a bonus to this kind of check.
Uh-huh.
Because I am quite specifically looking for them. I am checking this as I say that. Whenever you attempt a perception or skill check to investigate a designated subject, you gain a +1 bonus. That sounds like what this is.
Yep.
But what he wants to, he knows that the minions, the goblins, the absolute crazy goblins are weak to fire. He was hoping to find out some other weaknesses in general.
Are you going on just the gang members, or do you want to know stuff about the boss specifically?
That's a good question. Let's go with boss,
Okay.
if you'll allow it. I know this is a bit of a stretch, but But I'm basically trying to gather information if I could get even vague weaknesses about their members. Actually, the members would make a lot more sense than the boss, I think.
Okay.
Because they're the ones that people interact with. But I can roll society to gather information. This one will do.
Okay.
Oh. That's 4 plus 11 is 15 plus 1 is 16.
That's enough.
Oh.
Ooh.
I mean, you don't learn a whole lot, really, though. You just hear somebody, well, here's them Powderkeg Punks. They just like blow each other up. I saw one of them out in the street one day hanging out with his buddy snorting gunpowder.
Ugh.
It was kind of disgusting.
Ayo.
And then he like sneezed and his buddy caught it on fire and then he blew up. So
Oh my
it
god.
was a little weird, but you know what? They get their kicks in their own ways. It's just watch out, they'll hurt you real bad.
I have an idea.
You would assume from that they are in fact weak to fire, which you already know. Those who use bombs.
We should light where they're at on fire and just see if it all explodes.
There's still bomb in there. Just nuke them.
Just nuke 'em, Duke nuke 'em.
Die.
Listen, Mr. What's-His-Face Slick Owner.
Gattlebee?
Yeah, Slick's owner.
Yeah, Slick's owner.
Slick's the only person you care about.
That's right.
Yep.
He can make bombs. Just get him, make us some bombs, blow up a headquarters. He doesn't have to know what we're using it for.
Get Slick to make you bombs.
Get Slick to make us bombs.
Behold, Slick's owner, we have saved you from people who want to use you for your detonite.
Pyronite.
Pyronite.
Close.
Make us some pyronite.
Or, better yet, we get Slick to roll around in random chemicals and just drop him in so he can go crazy.
Slick.
Go, go, go.
He could be our spy chameleon.
Drop him
Slick
in.
just being dropped from a drone.
Drop him in.
Stop.
Slick, no.
No. Oh God.
So great.
I'm going to say, for the purposes of time tracking, doing those shopping and gathering information, those 3 gather information rolls, or rather also recall knowledge with that, will take the better part of this day.
Okay.
Are there any things you want to do specifically towards the end, or should we roll over to the next one?
Could I carry over our influence from the night before to go visit the lounge again?
I would say, because you're still technically not a member, you could get in, but you might still need to roll a check. Even if it is just a low, simple DC to bluff again.
I'd like to try that.
Okay, what do you say as you go up to the entrance in your finery again?
Hi there, guys. I had so much fun last night. I decided to come back. You remember me, right?
Yeah, roll your bluff.
No, wait. What am I rolling?
What would you want to roll?
What did I roll last time?
It's been a hot minute, but I'm going to say roll just either...
I'm going to roll society.
Society feels like a stretch.
I know.
Can I help?
Did you have us roll crafting using a forgery?
Yeah, that's right.
It
Never
didn't
mind. You
work
can just...
though.
No, it did because you guys wore the fancy outfits. It didn't work on its own.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Yeah,
so
you
we'll
just-
try that again.
Okay.
10 plus 11 is 21.
Yeah, you're good.
And I go, it's okay. I got my membership right here. Holds it up, waves it so he can't put his eyes on it too hard, puts it back in his pocket.
Of course, sir. Chester goes to the Longhorn Lounge Williams.
Yeah, that's right. That's my whole name. Like that from birth. Ain't that weird? He just walks in.
Oddly specific. Here you go. What do you want to do?
He wants to specifically look around and see if he can get any hints towards the last bell before sundown.
All right. Make me...
Goes to the Longhorn Lounge Williams.
That's, my parents had high ambitions for me.
Make me either a... what ability score is society based off of?
Intelligence.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you the pick of society, perception, or diplomacy.
Society.
Just role
Thank
play
you very
a
much.
little bit how you want to...
He'll
Go.
call a waiter over. Now, I got friends who connected here. I ain't gonna name no names because that's not what you do in polite high upper society. I know that. I'm one of these people myself. But they did mention something to me about the. He'll look left, look right. The last bell before sundown. That mean anything to you? 22.
22.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, he'll be looking around. He's detective stuff. I ain't no detective. Use your imagination.
Role playing extraordinaire.
Oh, you got this. That's how experts role play. They just tell the audience to use their imagination.
I'm gonna throw something at you. You can imagine that you dodge it.
I will, and I'll feel the pain.
So you say this to the guy, and he says, sorry, I haven't heard of anything like that. Perhaps it's some sort of meeting time someone arranged.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Thanks, Peter.
Peter. Thanks, Peter.
I wish that you could see the way that Jacob kind of looked like he was trying to look at a name tag.
Peter walks away, I guess.
Where would I be?
Peter Pettigrew.
Where if I were a meeting, where would I be?
He said meeting time.
Well, yeah, but if there's a meeting time, that means there's a meeting somewhere.
There's a meeting place.
And it's happening.
I wonder if it could be at the Wizard Works.
The first bell. Okay.
It was also written on the back of a flyer to the Longhorn Lounge.
But that doesn't necessarily mean it's part of the Longhorn Lounge, right? I say that because sometimes Pathfinder makes you put two and two together when, technically speaking, in the real world, you wouldn't necessarily put that two and two together.
I'm just going to come here and spell it out for you. Bridgie P, you say what you want.
Oh my, you?
But you did pass the check. You put together that was probably it was almost certainly a meeting time.
Uh-huh.
Either that or maybe some sort of passphrase.
Oh.
Whenever
a passphrase.
They met at the Longhorn Lounge.
Oh.
Okay, that's it. That's also I'm not used to finding evidence for things that have already happened. Okay. So anyway, Chester.
The little dance was so sweet.
Chester's going to order a steak. He's sad.
Okay.
Ribeye, sirloin.
Does he get it extra
strip?
rare?
Prime rib.
He gets steak. It tastes like steak.
So he got sirloin.
He gets a
ribeye
ribeye because sirloin is nasty.
Mood.
No.
Yeah, fight me.
It's delicious and not fatty.
I love you. Fight me.
I'm ready to throw hands.
Throw daggers. I don't care. Just not at my table. Not at my dining room table. We're going to sit here like a family.
Okay.
Yes, but Chester, unfortunately, you realize that the answer may be a little simpler than you at first thought, but you do enjoy a nice steak.
I have opinions on this. Chester has a nice steak. He'll enjoy it.
I'll let you know behind the screen, there is never an explanation as to what that means.
What?
That's really sucky.
The Longhorn Lounge is the clue.
Oh.
What?
All
Jacob
of
Freeze
this
goes zen.
for nothing.
What?
You made your check, so I give it to you basically what it is. It's probably when they met and maybe some sort of code phrase they exchanged.
Okay, so I'm not gonna keep my opinions to myself now. Why would the minions to the boss have the paper with the boss's meeting time and his phrase? Why would they have his paper?
Listen, you got legitimate questions.
How many papers do they have in their group? We're going to walk into a room and their dumb little widget works. And it's going to be a bunch of posters with that phrase on it because they're stupid.
Okay, they snort gunpowder.
I know.
They are stupid.
Listen, Jacob, these are legitimate questions.
They are.
You finish eating your steak. What do you want to do?
Chester's home.
Jason Bullman!
Bullman. I genuinely enjoy this adventure path. That's dumb.
It also could be a case of players latching on to the wrong part of the evidence.
No,
It's dumb
we are
evidence.
correct.
And there's no... We're
Okay,
good.
let's also not choose this battle too.
This is dumb, but like that's okay. I'm having fun. Chester got another steak. I'm living vicariously through Chester. Let's go.
You could have ordered the steak when we went out.
No, it's like $12 more than what I got. I ain't doing that.
Fair enough.
It's expensive.
I want steak. I'm gonna go to the Longhouse to that steak place.
Holy
Roadhouse.
shit.
Texas Roadhouse.
It's less expensive there.
It actually is. It's more, better. It's yummy. Cheese. Stop letting me talk.
Okay, so we're back at home. We're sleeping.
Actually, when we get back, because I don't imagine this will be super late. We're done.
Okay.
We're done with that now.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
listen, we've had our moments.
All
We've
right.
made fun of the adventure path. We're good.
Okay.
After
I thought you
We've
said to
given-
let you stop to make you stop talking.
We've given Bridgie P more fuel.
All right.
Are you ready to throw hands with Bridgie P, Jacob?
Not until they provoke me. But when we get back, when Chester gets back to the bar, he will stop by Gattlebee's little alchemy lab, because I imagine Gattlebee's the kind of person that spends his entire time in there. If not,
I
sleeps
imagine.
in there and whatnot. He strikes me as that kind of guy. And Chester will be like, hey, Gattlebee!
You go into the lab, and Slick's there, but Gattlebee's not there.
You should look in the bag.
Slick?
Has he started taking up residence in the bag?
Slick's eyes just,
Well, Sakir has the bag.
Go in multiple directions.
go in multiple directions.
Slick, you seen Gattlebee?
He looks at you.
Oh,
That's intimidating.
Derek made both of the eyes fixate on him.
And he just looks towards the bar.
Gattlebee! He'll go over to the bar.
But Gattlebee's eating a steak.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Bar has steaks?
No, it's
I
sirloin.
have to go to lounge? Oh, never mind. Chester will sit down by Gattlebee. Hey, Gattlebee.
Gattlebee has, his sirloin, but he also has cheese fries. Yeah, what's up?
We got some stuff that we're going to be doing later on involving those people who had very negative reactions with us the other day.
Oh, the
Powderkeg Punks.
I was in the bag for most of. Oh, the bright ones.
Yeah, the ones that you freaked out when we killed them.
Oh, well, to be fair,
Listen,
that was the first fight.
yeah. I was wondering, you're particularly good with the alchemical sciences. You got any spare bombs lying around that I
He's
could bum
pulling
off of
a
you?
cheese fry strand all the way up to it, trying to grab it. Oh, about bombs?
Yeah, like alchemist fire, or I'll even take Tanglefoot bags. I don't use them much, but anything you got.
I mean, if you want to pay me to make you something, I can try to work it into my spare time, but
That's okay. Yeah,
I don't really have a lot in the way of weaponry.
that's okay. I didn't think you did, but I figured it never hurts to ask. And that's all Chester really had going on. He'll sit there and he'll talk with Gattlebee for a good little bit if Gattlebee lets him.
Yeah, Gattlebee will talk your ear off about explosives.
Absolutely. Chester.
yeah.
I mean, Chester went to the academy. College, I think, is actually what this one is. And yeah, so like for the rest of the night till bedtime, Chester will talk with Gattlebee.
Yeah, and at this point, like no one really is in the bar. I mean, you see some of the people that like work there, maybe, but like Gattlebee's out there because it's late and it's a weekday and there's not a lot of people in.
And he's supposed to be dead.
Alonzo is in his room writing a letter to his boo.
He has a mustache on his face.
He has a mustache. Alonzo's writing a letter.
Yep, he's writing a letter to his boo.
Send it by carrier pigeon. Is there anything else you guys want to do today before we roll into the next day?
Send my letter in the morning.
Sure. Morning comes around. You send it off with the postman on his like steampunk
Dear
little.
Darla,
Her name is Darla.
I think you look cute.
Is this Chester writing? Jacob's also writing like a toddler with his full fist on like a crayon.
It's Little Rascals. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, the steampunk mailman comes on his like little steam-powered bike with bronze gears and wheels. There's more gears than there are wheels.
Sounds about right.
Are the wheels gears?
The wheels are our gears. How'd you know?
He drives away like tung 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 tung.
Does the letter say anything specific?
Ooh,
It's just, the
how
traditional.
salacious is it?
It's just the traditional, I miss you, you're the best, I love you.
Did he send a dick pic?
Send me an erotic etching.
He couldn't do that. Her father will probably intercept it and see it.
Well, that's a power move.
He sketches out the frames of a TikTok he found funny.
He just tells her a little bit about how he's working on getting things right, a little bit about his new friends, that type of stuff.
Okay.
He's just a nice guy trying to talk to his girlfriend.
Let me send you this comic strip I found of a husky sneezing.
The guy takes it and putters off on his steampunk bike, and the morning is yours. What would you like to do today? It's now Toil Day, aka Tuesday.
Toil. Well, I suppose the only thing we really got left to check out is
The Hippodrome,
the
right?
Hippodrome. We don't know where this Widget Works is, do we?
No, you haven't been able to figure that out.
Did we?
I failed.
Oh, yeah. I guess we should go check out the Hippodrome.
Sounds about right.
All right, so the Hippodrome.
Now, it's ran by the Powderkeg Punks.
Indeed.
But is it open, like...
Do we need to wear our fancy gear, or can we just go as we are?
Is it like a day thing, or an evening or a night thing?
It's an evening thing, probably. It's a dance hall. I mean, you could probably go there during the day, but like, I guess closer in sort of activity level to a nightclub.
Okay.
We could do a little scouting around for the Widget Works while we're waiting for it to become night.
Do another gather information check on the Widget Works, because we did it on the Hippodrome. We did it on the gang itself.
I tried to recall knowledge and failed.
Yeah, so now we should try to gather information on the Widget Works.
Okay. Who wants to roll, and what you doing?
Nightcat.
I will.
I'd do it too.
What are you doing, Psyche here?
I will try to diplomacy my way into understanding where the Widget Works is.
What does it look like? Like, where do you think you're going?
Where do the gangs hang out at? Like for real, what's a poorer side where you'll find more gangs?
I mean, to
in
be
Hellside.
fair, Hellside is more.
Where is Hellside?
Hellside basically,
I see.
Bridged.
yeah, it basically
Oh my.
describes where like the Hellside or Hellfallen Cliffs are.
Yeah.
So it's around there, which is like where the big river that runs through the middle of Alkenstar like pours off the cliff face. I mean, you found a lot of less than safer activity going on in Ironside Quarter because it's run down and kind of closed off from the rest of the city. But the Hotfoot Hippodrome itself is in Ferris Quarter, not too far away from where the Barrel and Bullet is.
Okay, then let's just seek out answers there.
Why not?
Okay.
17.
17. So you talk to a couple people kind of within a few blocks of the Hotfoot Hippodrome, trying to see if anyone has heard of the Widget Works.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, no one's familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
So at least what you could take from that is it's probably not too close to the Hotfoot Hippodrome.
Okay.
Chester is going to do a gather information check, but he is actually going to be like in the Steam Haven, Oostrati Heights, like the hell area.
Okay. Near the cliffs.
Yes. And hope that maybe some other gang may have heard something or whatnot.
Is this diplomacy?
This is gather information. This would be society for me.
Okay.
Or, because I believe the checks with lore tend to be easier, I could do underworld lore.
That would be recall knowledge, not
Ooh.
gather information.
I could do either one.
Okay.
I guess if this is a new trend, a new thing that's happened, I suppose gather information would be better than
It just
recall
depends
knowledge.
if you want to. I don't know if you have rolled recall knowledge on the Widget Works yet.
I could do underworld lore.
Okay, then what would that be?
That would be a 9 on the die plus 9 is 18. And if I can apply my pursue a lead, that would be 19.
19?
Yes.
19 is just enough.
Ooh, I was about to have to try.
Yeah, go, bitch.
Would it still
go.
be beneficial to try, or?
He made the check.
Oh, okay.
So I gave you a little bit of information, but he full and cleared it. So
Okay.
you know that the Widget Works was it was owned by some gnome. You don't know who the name is, but it went bankrupt decades ago. It used to be this like home convenience enterprise. So they made stuff like
It's like a Sears.
No, not really. It's more like an invention shop for like home goods. You ever see? There's a guy on like Reddit who makes like dumb inventions.
Okay, yeah.
That kind of thing. There was a hand crank egg whippers, steel clad reusable tinder twigs, leg powered horse machines, just like a lot of home inventions. But it eventually went bankrupt because it just never found a foothold in Alkenstar's market. And then it became known as the old Widget Works warehouse. The bank was never able to do anything with it, kind of just gave up, and it's kind of been used by numerous gangs over the decades. Or over the decade, yeah.
It's like an abandoned mall.
I mean, sort of. And you know that it's like right on the border with Ironside, this warehouse.
All right, so if that's the case, a recall knowledge, Chester would have been in his room looking through his notes. I'd be like, hold on a second. Widget Works? Ma got an egg beater from there one time. Hold on. And he'll leave his room and go to the other two and tell them. He'll pull out like some information sheets, old news articles about it going under, stuff like that. And he'll be like, I found the Widget Works.
Wonderful job.
Well, that's a relief. I wasn't getting anywhere.
Yeah, they made really interesting egg beaters. Ma got one when she came to town one time. It was a bit of a hassle, but it was cool. Didn't really change anything, just as much work.
Can't you just use a fork to do that?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah.
Or a whisk.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't really make cranking it. Is still using your hands. Is still stirring just as much. It's same. Yeah. But that's a. I know where the Widget Works.
Let's go.
Yeah. Do we want to go to the Widget Works? Or we will go to Hippodrome.
What's the time like in the day now?
I'll say it's still pretty early in the day because this wasn't gather information Chester was doing, although Psycheer did do one. So let's call it about mid-afternoon, like 2 o'clock.
We might have time to check out the Widget Works.
Yeah.
We can check it out first, and then we can go to the hopping hippodrome.
Because that place is a late night place.
Yeah. We can check out the nightlife, dog.
Take a power nap beforehand so we're ready for a late night.
I did have a thought. If the Widget Works is their headquarters, it may be more dangerous than the Hippodrome. But I don't think that actually matters.
We can just scope it out first, I guess?
Let's just, we'll head over there.
Sure.
So let's go scope out the Widget Works.
Okay. It's not too far, a jaunt over. I'll say it takes you probably about somewhere in the order of 30 minutes to an hour to navigate over there, if my reading of the scale is correct.
Sounds about
probably
right.
Closer to an hour, but yeah.
Well, Alkenstar, it's all bustling and whatnot.
Yeah. But it is before rush hour. So you make it over to the Widget Works.
Rush hour. You know what? There actually could be cars on the roads here. You know
But they're all horse-drawn dirigibles.
the horse. Oh, wait. Yes, that's the joke. Ha.
I like to imagine there's some steampunk jalopies.
Wow.
God, that one actually dealt psychic damage.
I tried to be serious and then just...
You go to the Widget Works, and it's in a rougher part of the Ferris Quarter. The shield marshals do patrol through here regularly.
Top of the evening, Flatfoot.
But it is a stupid cringe quotes. But it looks sort of abandoned. There's not really, you can tell like that the main warehouse like loading gate is all boarded up. There looks like there's an entrance to some sort of lobby. Doors closed.
Oh, we could fix that.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Yeah. Here's the question. Do we want to go in or do we want to sit outside and watch it?
Let's
like a
just
stakeout?
Watch for a bit.
Stakeout buddies!
I brought stakeout snacks.
Yeah!
Stakeout steaks.
Are they steak?
It's jerky.
Close enough.
In theory.
Oh, ew.
What, teriyaki flavor?
Beef jerky bad.
You shut your mouth.
Beef jerky is delicious, but the
love beef
teriyaki
jerky.
flavor is
My.
gross.
You guys eat nasty meat.
You shut up. Do you want to watch it and see for any activity?
Yeah, we'll like climb to the roof of a nearby building,
Sit
another
up
like
there.
separate abandoned building, and then get our binoculars out and watch them.
Does Chester's hair billow, like move in the wind a little bit while we're up on the balcony for effect?
No,
But Chester's got like
that would be-
longish hair.
that would be movement. He's got a hat on.
Oh, okay. Does the hat
It's
hold
like
his hair down?
ears wobble in the breeze.
Okay.
There we go.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Are you guys trying to conceal your appearance at all?
Should
I
we
would
be?
rather they didn't know we were doing this.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
can wear
might
hats
be
of
using our
disguise.
hats. We can only stay this way for an hour then.
Do you want to make a group stealth check?
This might be the time to follow the expert.
Okay.
It might be.
Me?
The expert being you, yes. You, Cat.
I'm
Alonzo.
an expert in stealth.
Ooh.
Come on, how do you be a rogue and not be an expert in stealth?
Basically, I feel like we'll all roll it, and us two will get an additional +2 to our
Okay.
roll. Basically, I think is the gist of it. Because
Sounds
+2
fair.
for expert.
Yeah, you basically get a proficiency bonus to the skill check, even if you're untrained.
Oh yes, because
And you get a circumstance bonus based on your ally's proficiency, so +2 for expert, +3 for master, +4 for legendary.
Okay,
So basically, if you're not already trained in stealth, you would add your level as if you were trained.
All right. I'm
And
trained.
then you also add a +2 because Alonzo is an expert.
So Alonzo just kind of gives him a mini lesson. Now this is how you be stealthy.
And this,
Do as I do.
and this is going to be the exploration activity called Avoid Notice.
yeah,
It ain't like
Ooh.
that, Chester. You gotta keep your mouth shut.
I find offense at that. But you're right. Okay, that's not bad.
That gives us a total of +9.
Same as
Oh.
I only rolled a 10, so this should be interesting.
10 total.
No, I got an 11 stealth, so it's a 21.
10 total for me. That is a 1.
Oh no!
Got a total of 20.
Did you added your level and the +2, right?
I'm trained.
You are already trained? Okay,
Yeah.
so it's just +2
So it would
for
just
you.
be +2, which
But
is
it's a natural
+9
1.
and a natural
And you're
1.
trained too, Chester?
Yes. Oh, so you critically failed, probably. If that matters for this particular check.
So it's a struggle. Alonzo, you give a quick overview on how to navigate rooftops and alleyways successfully.
I take exactly one step, and all of a sudden there's a steam leak on my leg.
Yep. Your leg leaks oil, starts creaking. But
People smell it.
2 out of 3 of you made the check. So that's going to be a group success in my book.
Thank God.
The way I was setting it up is at least 2 successes, and that's what you got. So you camp out for a couple of hours, and you're pretty certain that no one's been able to spot you. And you definitely see the Powderkeg Punks going in and out. No one's noticed you, and you get the feeling that after your 2 different encounters with them, again, you quote killed them, but in this game you took them to 0, so we stopped caring. So if any of them did survive, they might recognize you.
I am just saying.
Okay.
A vast majority of them blew the hell up when we
Yup.
killed them.
Sure.
Just saying.
Yeah.
But it is possible.
It is
that some of them
possible.
may recognize you.
Yes.
We keep a low profile.
That goblin with half a face and an arm missing. Mm-hmm. Hey, I know that guy. So do we see anything interesting?
Do they come in and
While
out
we're
with
watching.
materials or something like that?
They all look like they're going through that actual entranceway into some sort of reception area. None of them go into that boarded up warehouse, like the big
Delivery door.
delivery door thing.
And question, do they exit the same way?
Looks like it, yeah.
Do
No,
the
not a lot of people have
same-
come out though. Looks like people are coming in.
One way
So
in and one way out.
the same number doesn't enter as exit.
Nope.
Most of them are staying inside.
Yeah.
Do we hear anything coming from in there?
The occasional explosion.
If
Oh.
I'd use perception, could I maybe try to get detail through a crack in the boards or something?
No, not really with this. I mean, all that you're able to see is the occasional puff of smoke and explosion, and maybe hear some raucous giggling.
I had to try.
Raucous giggling.
Bet they're just snorting gunpowder.
Well, at least we found out how to get in and out, I suppose.
I'm not sure that we should do this right now. I
think
feel
so.
as though I might give away our position a little bit too quickly.
Yeah, your leg's hissing.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you noticed. I wasn't going to say nothing, but was trying to be quiet.
I mean, you probably should have said something, but I did know.
Oh, okay, that's
So, to the Hippodrome.
good. To the hippo.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out. I heard they're territorial.
I wanna take a moment right now. You talking about them being territorial? Sharks get the bad rep that hippos should have.
Oh, honestly,
for
yeah.
sure.
are
Hippos are terrifying.
terrifyingly dangerous.
Hippos like being violent,
Yeah.
too. They think it's fun.
I mean, baby hippos are freaking adorable, but hippos are terrifying.
Sharks of the river.
River
Worse than the river sharks.
Like, they're actually purposefully violent.
Yes. Sharks just kind of don't know better.
And dumb and smooth.
They are perfectly smooth.
Perfectly smooth.
Smooth,
Perfectly
like the brain.
That's right.
So to back
God,
up
I
here a
love
little
sharks.
bit, you want to head to the Hotfoot Hippodrome because you know that the Powderkeg Punks operate it.
Yeah.
But you did just you know that for a fact that the Widget Works is kind of their new operating headquarters.
Yes.
So what are you looking for at the Hotfoot Hippodrome, you think?
Information, I suppose. Like, honestly,
Intel.
we're not trying to go there to fight, because any information we would need would probably be the hippo at the Widget Works. But I suppose getting a bit more of a view of how their organization works, maybe seeing more of their numbers if they still run the Hippodrome. Just anything we can learn about them.
Okay. Do you want to wait for a couple hours? Because after staking this out, it's probably like 5-ish.
Yeah, we'll wait till it's boogie time.
All right. It becomes boogie time.
Boogie woogie.
Are you going in as yourselves?
With the hat of disguise, probably.
Wait, didn't we use it today already?
I haven't
Not
used my
today.
hat of disguise.
Oh,
Today is a
okay.
fresh day. It's actually been a couple days since you used it.
Okay, then let's look different. Just try to get out in an hour.
Chester will
All
look
right.
like Alonzo.
I'll look like Chester.
And I guess I'll be Sakir. This is useless.
Stupid.
Chester will I mean, if we wanted to get attention, you know what we could do? Look like Gattlebee.
Let's all look like Gattlebee.
Gattlebee is a
Three
triplet.
Gattlebees come walking up. Well, hello there.
I just want to look like the most basic, normal, unassuming person possible.
Chester
You want to
walks
look
up.
like a guy named Tyler.
He looks like a guy, a human, and he's got like Ugg boots and pumpkin spice coffee.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's summer in Alkenstar.
Pumpkin spice. He's basic,
All right, so you come up
No,
to
he's
the
wearing
outside.
Birkenstocks.
and he's got glow sticks.
You come up to the outside.
That's Rave.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes.
This is it right here.
You walk
This
up
is-
to the
Oh,
outside.
let's bash some skulls in.
You hear some bluegrass, like and some Hotfoot and bluegrass playing.
Are they
Square dancing?
Square dancing?
Not really. It's not nearly that organized.
Okay.
Square
all right.
dancing,
is
but
like-
they're in like the trip pants.
Yeah.
This is basically like the Alkenstar equivalent of a bluegrass rave.
Oh my god.
Drooled. You downright shit.
At the
Are you that excited?
Bluegrass?
When I tried to speak and it spat out and just went gunk.
Jacob gets real salivacious whenever he hears some jigs.
I'm trying to not hate on it because it's actually not too bad.
What the fuck is happening?
She's not even at the door yet.
Chester's like, I know, I love this music.
So you go up.
Calm
There's
down.
Bluegrass.
there's some Powderkeg Punk bouncers at the door. What do you say to them?
Howdy.
Powder.
I spit some
And
like
Tobacco.
no, not tobacco. I
Chocolates.
spit out some gunpowder onto the ground.
And then the other one's like a small guy. One's like, hey, what's your name? You on the list?
Oh no.
That's fine. If you're not on the list, you just. He waves his fingers and looks to the side a little bit.
Crap, I have 3 copper pieces.
I mean, we may not be on the list, but you heard that, that bell before sundown?
What the fuck you talking about?
Dang it! It was, yeah, he'll hold out a silver coin. 2 silver.
I give him my 3
sil-
copper pieces.
4, 5.
I just keep pointing up.
6, 8, 1 gold piece
There you go, buddy. Get on in.
at that thing.
Does that let us all in?
No, I will do 2 gold.
And let
I owe more money.
I was about to say,
I'm a pauper,
Pauper.
but I got
Yeah.
good stuff.
y'all have a good time now. I mean, you didn't have to pay. You could try to sneak past, but
No, Chester
Nah,
would pay.
paying.
Chester's not horrible at sneaking, but if he got caught, he'd get into big trouble.
Yeah, let's not agitate them right now.
Nah.
they let you in.
We'll grab him and shake him.
Oh my god.
Shake the goblin.
I need to agitate him.
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
They
Oh
let
my
you in.
god.
Inside, it is raucous. It is a lot of people dancing. There's, of course, some. There's a bar. There's a huge dance floor with a bunch of people cutting a jig.
Are there hillbilly strippers?
I wish I could say yes, but we're not going to get demonetized on the $0 that we already make.
So, is this a place where there's no such thing as dancing?
stopping
You must be
you?
dancing.
Yes, there's no G in here.
I feel like dancing.
Romancing.
What do you want to do? It's loud. It's raucous.
Chester.
What?
Chester will dance for a little bit.
Yes, let's
Okay.
dance.
Why don't you make me anyone who wants to dance make me some performance checks?
Oh, I'm gonna make
my
a performance
God.
check.
We don't
Come on, Die.
Well.
You've been rolling nothing but 10s or
we
lower
don't
this night.
Need to do that.
You yeah.
I got a 6.
Let's go
I
ahead
am
and
not
give
cutting
this
the
a
rug.
shot.
Alonzo looks a little bit robotic in a bad way.
It's only a 6 total.
Yeah, I suck
God.
at
What's my
dancing.
fucking performance?
Are the Soggy Bottom Boys playing?
Dirty 20.
Sure. Dirty 20.
Dirty
Yeah.
20.
Wow. Psych
Psych
here.
here can
16.
dance.
And then a 4.
Psych here can get jiggy with it.
That is a 9 on the die for a total of 9.
Oh, baby.
I rolled a 5, so don't feel too bad.
Chester can't devise a stratagem to dance.
I mean, if you
Pulls
allow
out a
him
book,
to.
steps up the tango.
This move is called devising the stratagem.
And this is what I call busting it down, and he falls on his face. Ow.
So Chester and Alonzo go out to try and have a good time, and you probably do have
A
a decent
solid
time
time.
dancing. But the problem is, the two of you don't fit in at all.
Oh no.
Maybe this doesn't have to be mechanically how it happens, but maybe you fall down and your hat of disguise pops off.
Oh, God.
No.
Whether
No,
that's
no, no.
how it happens or not, maybe it is.
This has
couple
mechanical
people-
repercussions.
Mention you to the bouncers, and they come to try and pull you out. What do you do?
To like leave the place? Mm-hmm. I'm just dancing. What's wrong?
All right, buddy. You know you don't belong here.
What do you mean I don't belong here? He'll
Act
pull
drunk.
out a
I act
bullet
like I'm
and
drunk, and
swallow
that's why I
it.
can't
A
dance.
bullet?
Yeah, and eat it.
Make a fortitude save.
You are about to die.
I'm gonna use deception to be like, I'm just drunk.
Because if
Bullet.
that goes off, I would argue
What'd you get? What'd you
for
get?
this to be a critical on him.
Natural 1.
Yes.
All right, so let's rein it in here. Alonzo, you try to
my
say you're drunk,
God.
but before you can even finish the sentence, Chester starts throwing up all over this guy's feet.
What do you mean throwing
You
up?
ate a bullet.
Have you ever held a bullet before? It's not that hard to swallow a bullet.
You would
You
swallow
rolled
like
a
a
natural
pill?
1.
I mean, I understand that. I'm just trying to. I'm
I was
making my
gonna try to
case
say
here.
I was drunk, and that's why I couldn't dance.
Okay, I would be making the case. I'm going to make the case. How much damage would that specific bullet do? I think that you should take a critical.
Oh no! Don't
Oh,
worry about damage.
please.
Don't worry. I got
It
consequences.
should go off inside of your body.
It wouldn't work that way.
I
It's
got,
magic.
I got consequences. Don't you worry about it.
Okay.
Chester throws up. He throws up on the bouncer's feet. Alonzo, you
God.
try to convince him you're drunk, but before you can even do it, is like, "That's all right, buddy." And he goes to swing at you. Do you dodge out of the way?
I'm gonna-
Yes or no?
Wait, we're gonna cause a bar fight.
May I ask one question?
Mm-hmm.
How many Powderkeg Punks are in this room?
A number.
Like 5?
A number.
Can
10?
I intercept this?
No, you're having to. You fit in.
Oh wait, this is
Unfortunately.
a goblin.
Yeah.
Oh
no,
he
no.
doesn't avoid it. He doesn't try to avoid it.
What?
So he hits you and knocks you back and pushes someone else clumsily, and then the other person punches back at you, and then they knock you forward again, and a bar fight is about to break
Fight,
out.
fight, fight, fight,
Now.
fight, fight.
we can roll for initiative for this.
Fat.
But none of you are good at unarmed combat. And I don't know if you would actually want to be in the business of, throwing bombs and dangerous stuff in here anyway if you were trying to lay low.
I'm only one lower with my fists than I am with my rapier.
But I'll give it to you if you want. We can do an actual initiative bar fight, but I have some fun ways to hand wave this if you want and get more creative.
Whatever y'all choose.
Basically, we can resolve this with some skill checks, or we could resolve it with initiative.
This music is actually just
the music
very
is
nice.
just so good.
I could probably rock some combat maneuvers, but I don't know how that would help us actually. So I'll put one vote in for skill check.
Oh boy, can I just keep dancing?
Yes, you can.
I'll go with skill
For now.
checks.
Okay. Yeah, so this bar fight starts breaking out, and there's like a couple more bouncers come in because, it's one of those chain reaction things. People are sort of drunk already. One person gets hit. They get angry at someone else. It's like misdirection, and just pandemonium breaks out. I'm going to go around the table. Alonzo, this fight's going out. What do you think Alonzo is doing? Is he picking up chairs? Is he throwing hands?
Oh my god.
What
He's
check
using
do you wanna roll?
acrobatics
Give him
to
the chair.
definitely dodge all the chairs.
All right, make me an acrobatics check.
Can do.
This is beautiful.
Oh, that's not too bad. 22.
Oh,
22. All right. Yeah, you dodge a lot of that's a success. You dodge a lot of punches. You avoid getting hit. Chester, what are you doing?
Come on, Chester. What are you doing?
Chester
gonna
devise a
get hit
stratagem,
by
Williams.
okay.
Gonna
I
get
know
hit by a chair.
Make the comment.
Williams.
None of us are built for unarmed combat. Chester gets like a +9 to his fists.
Uh-huh.
And does
Woo! That's what I get.
1d4 +6 when he does devise a stratagem. So I'd like to say that for at least one or two people, he does
Solidly
I know
clock 'em.
It's typical, but he does the Sherlock Holmes movie discombobulate thing, where he actually, before he gets overwhelmed by the tide of people, one or two of these people he actually is able to throw down with. And if you'll allow, what I would like to do is an athletics check to keep himself from getting too beat up. But I would like to apply my devised stratagem.
Sure. Go ahead. I will allow it. Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Williams.
I had to go look this up.
Natural 20 for a total of 29.
All right. Yeah, you are very successful about avoiding punches, getting yours in, discombobulate.
Discombobulate.
Psych here, unfortunately, at this point, the fight has spread to where even though you blended in, chaos has ensued. You're not even sure who caused it, but there's a bar fight going on, and you have to either defend yourself or try to avoid stuff. What do you want to roll?
I'm gonna back the fuck up. I'm gonna try and
You
get up to the wall.
you should roll your random chance.
No, that's only if you guess.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, so you're just going to try to get to a spot where you won't get hit as bad?
Yeah.
That'd be athletics.
Ooh, +0. Woo! 1!
Is Psyche going to get clocked?
Oh my
I just fall. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Could I use my cat's luck?
What does Cat's Luck give you?
In theory, this is an acrobatics saving throw.
Eh?
Or a reflex save.
No, it's not a save. This is a skill check.
Okay.
The saves will come later.
Okie dokie.
Unfortunately, you have no luck in avoiding this. You keep getting kicked around even though you're trying to dodge. There's just too many people here to weave your way through. And now...
I fall to the ground. People just start stepping on me. I'm going,
Quick, protect your head and neck.
Oh no, this is worse than a room full of rocking chairs. Get her.
and now I need Alonzo.
to throw dice at you.
I need you to make me a fortitude save.
Wait, I was dodging.
Yes.
Okay. Fortitude, gotcha. 16.
Oh.
16.
Not a great roll on my part.
That's not going to be good.
I didn't think so. Natty 8.
That's a failure. Basically, one of the little, beefier little powderkeg punk goblins comes and just sucker punches you, and you lose your cool and have to, hold it in for a moment so you don't vomit out your guts. Chester,
I don't like that.
I need you to make me a reflex save.
Reflex save, you say?
Yes.
18 on the die for a total of 27.
You see a chair flying at your head, and at the last minute, you're able to dodge out of the way and avoid getting hit.
Ooh.
Psyche here, I need you to make me a will save.
Oh no.
2.
Oh my.
So that's a 10.
10? No,
Yeah.
that's a failure. Psych here.
Not a critical failure.
It's the beat on our team episode.
Don't worry about it. Psych here. This drunk guy who's in this fight, he can't hit you,
no.
but he starts insulting you. It's like, you stupid cat person, can't even dance, howling in the night. You remind. He just goes off at you. And the absurdity of what he's saying distracts you long enough to where you get hit in the head by some other random patron, unfortunately.
No! That man did psychic damage to you with his words.
Psychic damage.
Emotional damage.
Okay. I'm going to do something now.
Unfortunately, so that's kind of the abstraction of it. It's just one loose round of things. Obviously, all of you are able to make it out of here. Really what happens is things get so chaotic that people flee, even a lot of the bouncers.
I don't suppose instead of having us flee the building, you'd let us
You can stay.
run. Okay.
Run in the direction of the things we want to seek.
Yeah, what are you trying to run out of here towards?
If it's possible, I'd like to use the chaos to slip into a back room.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like an office
I
or
could
something.
stealth into the back room.
All of you are able to kind of, as the people are running out, you identify, you less people, and you're able to see each other in the pandemonium, and you find this back room and make your way over to the door. But before you do that, we're going to resolve the results here. So the way it works under the hood is each of you get an action to roll, and each of you has to make one saving throw. And if you succeed either of those, you get a brawl point. If you end up with 2 brawl points, you good. If you end up with 1 brawl point, like Alonzo, you get
Wait.
Oh no.
Wait. I
do
failed.
I get the shit
I got
kicked out of me?
one.
Yeah, you only got 1 brawl point, so you will take 13 points of non-lethal
jeez.
damage.
I have a question. We've
Yes.
rested since last time we played, right?
Yes,
Because I
you're
did
all
not
at full.
heal. Okay.
Yeah, now Psyche here, unfortunately, you failed both rolls, so you got 0 brawl points, and you will take 15 points, oh my goodness, of non-lethal damage from 6d6. All right, I rolled 3d6 for Alonzo's and got 13.
Yeah.
I rolled
Dang!
6d6 for Psyche here and got 15. This is another point to the dichotomy, or the, what is it?
The DIE economy.
The dichotomy. The difference between luck that we experience often at the table between Drow and Cat.
Seriously. The luck dichotomy here is real.
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
But I don't know how
didn't
with the
suffer for it.
3d66.
That I got more damage than you, just about.
That is wild.
Proportionally speaking, I got more damage.
That's ridiculous. But yeah, you were beat up. You find this back room door, and you are able to get in. It's unlocked, and you notice of all the people leaving, there's people leaving, and a lot of the bouncers are either unconscious or also just trying to get out. And you make it to the back room.
Psyche is fucking scrambling on all fours. They're doing that cat on wet tile thing.
Were you not moving sometimes?
Yeah.
Is your tail all bushed up?
Oh, yes.
So also, you slide in the door first, then Alonzo, and Chester will close it behind us and be like, "That was fun. I ain't been in a bar fight in a long time."
Shut your face.
What?
I'm attached to the ceiling.
It's like he's holding his gut. Ow.
You got messed up. You never been in a bar fight before, Alonzo?
Yeah. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
I just wanted to dance.
This was a fun one.
They
For you.
stepped on me.
Alonzo has punch indentations and bruises, and Psyche here has gears hanging loose.
The jaw's only barely connected on one side. We need to tighten our screws.
Can I help you fix your jaw?
Hold on there, Sack here. Tighten the screw a little bit. Somebody clocked you right in your chin.
They stepped on me.
You know what? If your flesh wasn't so improved, you probably would have got knocked right out.
Likely.
But instead, your
They
chin
did want to
broke.
break our fingers.
Well, look at there. The flesh really is weak.
Yes.
Chester says
You-
with his hat still on, completely untouched.
Completely untouched.
You just had to go and eat a bullet.
That was very
I was
funny.
going to pretend
Listen,
I was drunk.
I
Might have been
panicked.
able to get away with it too.
I mean, we got away, mostly.
Maybe things would have been better if you did not suck so much at dancing.
Well, I can't, yeah.
It's okay.
That's why
Alonzo blushes.
that's why back at home they call me Chester Can't Dance Williams.
I mostly am a wallflower at these things.
The only way you would cut a rug is if the rug tried to kill itself under your feet.
The only way you cut a rug is if you devise a stratagem.
Well,
That wasn't fun.
So, well, I guess where are we at?
So you go
it
into
appears
this.
we are in the women's room.
Oh yeah, wrong room. You go to the actual back
crap.
room, and you see that this small room is little more than a worn down office.
I kick one of the walls.
I want to search the desk and the like for
doing that?
information on paper.
I'm going to see if it sounds hollow.
Yeah, you see a scuffed desk and a ragged couch. You look around. You find a months-old note from one of the. It looks like it's written from the punks to the manager of the Hippodrome, and it says they're moving their base of operations to the old Widget Works warehouse. Gives the address in Ferris Quarter, and there's this weird postscript that says "Burn everything."
Oh,
If I look around, do I see any evidence of like ashes in the wastebaskets or something?
I mean, there's scorch marks in a couple different places, as you
But
may
it's
expect.
also the Powderkeg Punks place.
It doesn't look like there was a serious attempt to actually burn things, no.
Okay,
I bet these people are idiots. Let's look around. Chester starts flipping through papers.
that's what I was doing too.
Yeah. You don't really find anything interesting. I will say you find about 10 gold.
Ooh.
Hey, I was gonna say, can we search the couch cushions?
Everybody gets 3
Wait,
gold.
no. One of you gets, whoever gave me a gold to get in gets more.
Yeah, everybody gets 3 gold except Sakir, who gets 4 gold.
There we
you
go. I'm not a pauper anymore.
hell yeah.
I mean, it's only 3 gold.
I mean, to be fair, this is
I had 3
between
copper.
like change, like in a vault, like a stash, and also maybe some valuables. I'm just simplifying it to gold.
Thank you.
So, what's your plan?
I mean, just looking around, I mean, there might be information in here. Is it just one room?
It's just one room, and really, I mean, everything else you find is going to be like bills, just random other pieces of useless information relevant to running this business. That's the only thing that sticks out to you.
So
Paper.
nothing helpful.
Look for goods.
We already looked through the couch cushions.
Chester will detect magic around the room.
No magic.
Can we search, like Sakir was saying, for like hidden panels and such?
Sure. Make me perception.
Oh, sure. Don't worry about it.
That is a +6. This time I'm using a different fucking
18.
dice.
What'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yep.
18, 20. You are both confident that there's no hidden compartments here.
Okay. Should we search some more rooms, or is this the only one we can get to?
I mean, there's no other real rooms here. There's like maybe a storage closet. There's a small, like, club kitchen.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're failing everything today?
Well, honestly, what it is we probably thought the Hippodrome was going to be a bigger deal than it actually is.
I see.
All the information that we have found here, we have found elsewhere already.
Yeah.
I suppose we'll just try and leave. Like, if there's
Climb
not much
out a window
else to
or something.
find. Is there a window in the office?
There is, yeah.
We could just go out the window.
Yeah, just climb out the window.
You climb out the window, being a little stealthy, trying to get away. The day is still young. Not really. It's probably like 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
The night is young. Let's call it that much. What do you guys want to do? What's your game plan?
Well, our next stop will probably end up being the
Widget Works?
The Widget Works.
The Widget Works.
Okay.
Now that we've scoped the place out.
Do we want to go at night or do we want to go during the day? I think is the question.
There might not. They might not be there at night.
I bet if it's their headquarters, they might sleep there.
We could be stealthy.
You have taken damage, though.
Oh yeah.
It's non-lethal, but yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
damage is damage in this game.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That only matters like for the last hit, as far as we can tell.
Whether or not you die or just pass out.
Yeah.
So should we just go up and rest? Would that get rid of it and then go in the morning?
It wouldn't get rid of all of it, but you could treat wounds, rest,
we could
and
treat wounds
again.
until we're fine, and then go and then rest.
But then it'd be
and
like
then go
10
in the
p.m.
morning. Yeah,
plus.
exactly.
Exactly. So you
Might as well go in the morning.
I say we go back to the bar and heal.
You go back to the bar.
All right.
You see Gattlebee there eating his cheese fries and steak again. Because what are cheese fries but a baked potato done a little bit extra?
Gattlebee, do you eat a steak every night?
Listen. Yes.
That can't be healthy.
Well, it's been look, I've had a stressful week. And sometimes I need a little steaky poo to kind of get me through things.
Just have a salad next time, too.
So at night. I have salad other times a day.
Oh, right.
That much red meat isn't good for you.
Gattlebee, we just care about you, you know? We helped fake your death. We want to make sure you live.
At least try a baked potato.
We are investing in our investment. We are protecting our investment.
There you go.
There we go.
He takes a long drag from his cigarette and just finger guns at you and says, "Live fast, die fast."
Yeah, that's right. Give us beer, cigarettes, and steak, stat.
It's like Alonzo just kind of quietly raises his hands like, I did kind of want some of them cheese fries.
They still got a few made. I only come in here after hours a little bit.
I want steak that's been marinated in nothing but butter for 3 hours.
I've done nothing but marinate steak for 3 days.
And then they took more butter and injected it into the steak.
That sounds good.
You eat a very greasy supper late at night. You heal up.
Take some Pepto.
You rest.
That sounds like it would make you so sick and you would have the most fucked up dreams.
And in the morning, you head over to the Widget Works warehouse. And that is where we'll pick up in our next
my
episode.
God.
Nothing like finishing an episode with a hearty meal of steak and cheese fries.
And butter.
Butter. No, eat
What
butter.
in the Pauladine?
Butter. Fry the
Pauladine.
butter. Fry the butter and eat it.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing us. If you want to see more from us, check out our website, thirdgallon.com, or follow us on Twitter. We are at Third Gallon, that's THIRD Gallon. You can also tweet at us using the hashtag Third Gallon, and we are on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook with the same handle, at Third Gallon. We also publish a video version of the podcast on YouTube, which you can find on our channel, The Third Gallon. Our theme for this season is Delta Rust, composed by Andy Ellison. Our ambience for this episode was composed by Michael Ghelfi, and you can find more of his work on his YouTube channel, Michael Ghelfi Studios. And you can support his awesome work at patreon.com/Michael Ghelfi. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.
You ever find out that your girlfriend has a twin sister and you got confused and you fucked her dad? Well, that's what it feels like to drive a Ford F-150.
Jacob is grabbing his face. Is that the vibe of the show?
I hope not.
I can't even. 1, 3, 5,
Vibant.
7, 9, 11, 13.
Vibant.
Can't even.
Vibant.